Hello everyone, we are going to take something new for you. We call it lines, rays, and angles. Before we start anything, we are going to talk about something we call it point. What's the meaning of point? If I drop this pen like this, I'm going to see this little dot. That we call it point. If I name it A, so this point is going to be a point A. If I have um, uh, many points like this, if I want to draw one line, can touch every single point with these small arrows at the end of this line. We call this like B, and here we call it C. This we call it line. What's the meaning of line? Line, straight path of points that continue without end in both direction. Like you see, this means that without end point in both direction. That's the meaning of line. If I want to draw this point and this point, and I want to draw a line between there, what I will have? This we are going to call it line segment. What the meaning of line segment, and what is the difference between line segment and line? Line segment is a part of a line between two end points. Between two end point. Now we can see the difference between line segment and line, which is here we are going to find two end points, and here without any end points. That we call it line segment. Now let's take something like this. Remember, the line have two small arrows. That means that I have without end. And if I see this dot, I'm going to call it we will have a closed and end point. If I have these, what I'm going to say, if I have the end point in one side and without any end point in the other side, this we call it ray. Ray is a part of line that has one end point and continuous without end point in one direction. Now let's take 1 minute to memorize what we talk about. We are going to see that we are going to talk about point like this, if we call it point A, and we talked about line, which is without end in both direction, and we have line segment. Line segment is part of line between two ends point. Two end points like this, if we call this A and this B, this line segment A B, or you can call it B A. Let's go back to the line, which is I can draw it like this. If it's A B, I am going to call it A B or B A. Let's go talk about the final thing that we talked about lines, which is ray. ray, it's like this, end in one direction and without end point in the other direction. If we call this A, B, I'm going to call it ray A, B only, and draw this small arrow above the things. Here I'm going to call it like this, and here like this. Two directions. Thank you for watching us. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.